I'm Kate Ward, and this is your Dickman Farms Smart Gardening Tip. And today I'm walking around the garden at home and have seen a couple of things that we wanted to point out to you, that you can come into the garden center and we'll let you know what remedies that you can use to help you eradicate these things that we're seeing in the garden. So without further ado, let me show you what I found. Just a couple of things. It'll be easy. So here is a beautiful rose. Isn't that pretty? I really like this rose. It's a really easy shrub rose. But the thing is I mean, I have some really pretty full flowers, but then these flowers, something's not quite right with them. And as I look across them, you can tell I've been gardening there. As I look across them, this one looks okay, and this one looks normal. But over here, we look a little closer. Aha! There is my culprit that's causing my roses to not be so beautiful. And what is that? They're Japanese beetles, and they've just come out here. And those Japanese beetles, these guys here, can do quite a bit of damage in a short amount of time. They're herbivorous. They like to eat veggies that include roses, grapevines, Japanese maples. If you have things like a lot of purple leaf things, so purple leaf plums. If you have any fruit plants, they like those. They like zinnias. Actually, when it comes to what they consider vegetables, they're pretty indiscriminate. Now, there's a lot of ways you can dispatch them. There are sprays for them, so that would obviously take them out. They're flying, so that's how they kind of get around and get into other things. And you can see they're a little, let's see if we can find a guy in there. Yep, eating out the center of my flowers. Yay. So there are sprays that you can do for them. That's pretty easy. There are beetle traps that what they do, they have a sex pheromone, and they also have a food pheromone. So the sex pheromone tells the boys, hey, come on over here. Check this out. And the food pheromone says, for the girls mostly, look over here, and the boys too. Let me go eat some stuff. So what they do is they fly over there. So if I were going to get one and have one here, I'd put it maybe over there somewhere, away from the plants that they like, because I want to pull them. Because if they don't land on the trap, they'll land on things near it. And if the things that are near it are edible, like the rose, so if I were to hang it in this tree right here, above this, well, if they don't land in the trap up there, they're going to land on my rose and they're going to eat it. I don't want that to happen. So we're going to put that trap somewhere over there. They're going to fall on it. Now, I had this discussion the other day, and everybody has their own opinions about it. I like beetle traps, and I like them because people say, well, they lure more to the yard. Well, if I didn't have a beetle trap, I have female Japanese beetles that come and land on this because this is what they're going to eat. So there's the sex pheromone. I have the thing they want to eat. So there's the food pheromone. So guess what? I have the same thing I'm going to have in the traps, but they're just landing on my plants. So I like them, and I'd say put them over there, away from, let them be used. If you have something, they're still going to land here some. It's not going to pull them all, so you'll still have to be diligent or just tolerant of a few spots that they're going to eat. The other thing, I have chickens, so if you're really excited, you could always feed them to your chickens. That's a fun game, because I do that. The girls follow me around the yard. And here's the other thing we wanted to show you. This, oh, isn't that pretty? It's a flowering raspberry, but, oh, look at it. Is it, what's that, is it a special leaf tone? No, not at all. This is supposed to be dark green. This is showing up now. This is called powdery mildew. So called because exactly it looks like powder has just been dusted on top of this, especially if it's heavy like this. Now here's a funny thing. The water itself, like if it was a rainy season, actually impedes some of the sporulation and all the fancy stuff, but pretty much water doesn't help these. But what does is windy, humid conditions and shade. So if you had a plant that was susceptible, like this is, this flowering raspberry, and you had it in shade, which is where this plant likes to grow, and it was a high humid year, you're going to get this powdery mildew. Now, there are fungicides that will treat for this. It is better treated preventatively than curatively, though you can do it. Oils will work, horticultural oils will work on this. Planting non-susceptible cultivars, planting plants that can get it, like phlox is one that can get it. Planting that in sun is going to reduce the incidence of powdery mildew even in a year like this. So those are just some hints of what you're going to see in the garden, how you can take care of them where you can find them, and you know where you can find us. That's right there at the Garden Center. So until we see you again, this has been your Dickman Farms Smart Gardening Tip.